Welcome to my 28th video of my 30-day challenge. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the erroneous assumption made by modern researchers that homeostasis was needed to initiate life. They're basing this on, I think, very limited knowledge of what actually occurs in the range of life available today. I mean, that you need specific temperature, a specific pH, and a specific type of salinity to have the right chemicals react to create RNA is another problem they need to overcome, looking at the origin of life as coming from inorganic compounds. The fact that amino acids were available in tons of quantity. I mean, just yesterday I was reading an article that supposedly Earth's water was already here based on the aggregation of its initial components, that the water was already here before the heavy bombardment came. If that's true, that still would not nullify my theory. The fact of comet impacts, meteorite impacts, any kind of impacts would have aided my theory because of the experiments already conducted saying that water containing amino acids in it with high impacts would have created polypeptides. Instead of destroying the amino acids, it united them. So where the water came from would not have any problem, would not cause any problem for my theory to be tenable, to continue to be successful. The fact that amino acids were present is enough. That's the key to this. Everything that life does today is based on amino acids. Amino acids do everything and are part of the main structure of everything in life. So why wouldn't life start from amino acids? Homeostasis, in the sense that they're trying to limit the environment that was necessary for their reactions to occur, their inorganic reactions to occur, is unnecessary. Amino acids, as demonstrated by life today with extremophiles, can work from the frigid temperatures of the polar caps all the way down, or all the way up, I should say, to the temperature, but the presence is deep in the oceans of volcanic vents. These are volcanoes, underwater volcanoes with living life forms thriving there. The ecosystem available there is in boiling water. And you have crabs, all kinds of animals living in those temperatures. That shows the diversity and the adaptability of amino acids to work in any environment, any temperature, any pH. That was another thing that led me to this, to my theory, was asking myself the question, you have bacteria that live at different pH that would die at another pH, and that live at different temperatures, and that at certain temperatures they would die. So how did that occur? What means was available for that type of system to be necessary? And like I've mentioned before, the proteins of these animals will only take their conformation in these conditions, meaning that the sequence of amino acids for these proteins would not take that conformation in any other type of environmental condition. Which again, according to my theory, these lineages, these other types of life forms would have emerged early on and would have created their own branch prior to cellular organisms. Once you have cells, you need homeostasis. Those cells have to find a way to maintain the conditions within itself to make its proteins work. But those conditions for homeostasis are vastly different depending on the cellular organism you're speaking of. There are bacteria that live in our gut, that live in a pH, a very acidic pH. They cannot live anywhere else because of the proteins that they have. Same thing with the acidity, basic. They all have to do different things in order to maintain the conditions within themselves for their proteins to work. So they'll be maintaining a different pH within itself compared to other bacteria that live in other environments. So homeostasis being necessary, or certain conditions being necessary for life to initiate, I think is unnecessary, unreasonable, and my favorite word, untenable. Because the diversity of amino acids, their ability to work in any type of pH, in any temperature, and any pressure, because they still work down at the depths of the oceans, thousands of pounds of square inch pressure. A certain condition would not be necessary for life to begin. And life could initiate under any temperature, under any pH, under any pressure. So the need to find specific conditions for inorganic material to be able to react and create RNA is another reason that my theory is more reasonable, because the ability of amino acids to bond and react to each other under so many different conditions make it the best initiating material for life. They can do their job in any condition and in any temperature. So the need for inorganic reactions to have specific conditions, especially hydrating and rehydrating conditions on such a wet planet, again, it's an untenable scenario to be chasing. I believe that the diversity of and the adaptability of amino acids to work make my theory a much more plausible theory. I know it was a short video, but I think there's not much else to say on that subject. This is the 28th video in my 30-day series, and there's still so much more to talk about my theory. So I will continue to make more videos. This was just a challenge for myself to put the fire under my butt and start making content, start doing what I need to do to get my theory out there. Thank you for sticking with me all this time. I hope you continue to do so. Give this video a like, share it with friends, and get the word out. And if you care to, buy my book. My name's Eduardo Hernandez, a creator of the newest theory in the emergence of life, called Emergent Chemical Evolution. I'm also the author of the book of the same title. So I'll see you next time. Thank you.